Ooh, let's make something delicious today. Let's make a slow-cooked beef brisket. Here we go. This is a 4.5 pound beef brisket that I got at Agaton Valentina. The butcher trimmed it for me. It's beautiful. I'm going to season it generally on both sides with salt, pepper, and then in my mortar and pestle I've ground up some fennel and coriander seeds. It's a great spice to go on brisket. So I'm going to season it generously, on both sides with all of this, and then we're going to get it seared in the Dutch oven. So in the bottom of my Dutch oven, I've melted just about a tablespoon of bacon fat. Bacon fat, how bad can that be? I'm going to take my brisket and I'm going to sear it on one side until it gets a little bit of a crust. That'll take 3 or 4 minutes. Then I'm going to flip it over, do the same thing on the other side. Once I get a crust on the other side, I'm going to remove it from the Dutch oven. I'm going to melt about 4 tablespoons of butter because I'm going to cook my vegetables in that. And I've got about 2 cups of mirepoix. I'm also going to put in a little bit of olive oil. I've got 2 cups of mirepoix, just finely chopped celery, carrots, and onions. I'm going to saute these. I also like to put in some mushrooms. These are just 8 ounces of white button mushrooms that I've cut up the same size. I'm also going to put in, about 8 garlic cloves that I have smashed. I do love garlic. Going to cook these vegetables, just a few minutes until they're tender. I'm going to put in a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of black pepper. Just continue cooking my vegetables just a little bit. Once I get that done, I'm going to put in a tablespoon and a half of tomato paste, and I want to cook my tomato paste until it toasts up. It'll really develop the flavor of the tomato paste if you'll cook it just for about 5 minutes in your vegetables. Once I get that done, I'm going to deglaze with about a quarter cup of marsala. You could also deglaze with red wine or beef broth, whatever you wanted to do. Scrape up all the nice little bits off of the bottom. Then I'm going to add one 28-ounce can of San Marzano tomatoes. Love San Marzano tomatoes. I'm going to break those up, just break up the whole tomatoes. Once I get the whole tomatoes broken up, I'm going to come back in and I'm going to add my brisket on top of that and just nestle it down in all of that goodness. Once I get it nestled down in, I'm going to add, about 1.5 cups of beef broth just until it barely covers the top. We're going to braise this. I'm going to put in some thyme sprigs, a few bay leaves, and a stalk of rosemary, and then I'm going to put the lid on to cook this for 4.5 hours at 300 degrees. When it comes out, it's delicious like this. I'm going to thicken up my sauce. I'm going to cheat and put a slurry of cornstarch and milk in here and tighten this up. This would be great over the top of it, especially on some mashed potatoes. Such a hearty, comforting meal. Hope you enjoy this one. Brisket is one of those cuts of meat that if you show it some low and slow love, it's amazing. You should try this. Okay, bye.